It's a great pleasure today for me to welcome to the show Harpdog Brown. Thank you so much
Thank you, Michael.
for coming on to the show. Really appreciate it. And love the new album. And I want to talk about the new album today because I think it's really interesting. And one of the things I wanted to start with was how and why did you get Charlie Musselwhite on this album?
Well, Charlie's a friend of mine. I was a fan before I met him, and he was always very approachable, But I did have the opportunity to do a double bill with him maybe about a little over a decade ago, maybe 14 years or so, just around the turn of the century. And that's when we kind of got a little tighter, exchanged numbers. He replied all the time, never, was he gonna, did he get, he'd reply pretty sensibly on the emails and whatnot. So when we came down to recording the album, and we're in his neighborhood, it was little Victor that suggested that maybe I reach out to, because he knew I knew Charlie, and Rick Gestern, we're both friends of Rick, and he's another amazing harmonica player in the Bay Area. So little Victor is the guy that produced the album and actually put all that together, right? He was kind of the master manipulator, and so it was his suggestion to maybe just ask one of those two guys to come and do a guest spot, and of course Rick is kind of contractually obligated with Alligator, and but Charlie has no obligations to anybody but his wife, which is his manager. So I reached out and we just made the deal, and he was more than happy, and he was available, which is also a key to the to the ability of doing some of that. So my manager and I drove up to his town about 90 minutes north of the Bay and picked him up, paid his wife, promised that we'd bring him back with all the same parts, and headed back down, recorded that song, a song that Victor and I put together called Moose on the Loose. And Charlie didn't hear nothing until we got there. We just kind of sprang it on him, and
But he's a pro. And
he's a monster, but very kind. And
doesn't strike me as a pretentious guy at all.
No, far from it. Real true Southern gentleman, and just really a kind man. Yeah.
Now, 2-time Maple Blues Awards Harmonica Player of the Year, but you started your music career as a guitar player, correct?
No, I started playing guitar like anybody, but it wasn't a career. It was just playing guitar.
So when did you switch to
Well, technically, I guess I was playing guitar in a little lounge, and I was playing guitar, opened up for comedians around late 70s, so that I was making some money playing the guitar and singing, and harmonica about 1981 when I bent my first note on harmonica, and that's kind of when I, I at that time I'd already known that I wasn't going to be a guitar player that I would hire, so I kind of pursued my path, knowing that I would need to hire a band, and get pros and that sort of thing. So, the first band I hired onto was a rock and roll band that was looking for a vocalist that must be able to travel, and that's all I needed to hear, must be able to travel. I got into this business to travel, and that I do.
You do a lot of it, and you're very comfortable on the road. In fact, I think I've heard you say you actually might be more comfortable on the road than you are at home. Is that true?
Yeah, I tend to not really unpack,
Yeah.
But yeah, I was born a bastard child, an adopted child, and a foster child within the first 5 months of my life. And I think looking back, that kind of detachment, that lack of root, that lack of belonging, kind of enables me to feel like I'm at home everywhere and anywhere, So it sort of gives me that that balance of an imbalanced world, I remember as a kid, I felt like I was, missing out when, other kids had to take a bus to school, and I had school right across the alley, and I felt like I was missing something, and I was. something. I don't know what it was because I wasn't on the bus, but so I was always like the wanderer, and I was always just kind of wandering off, never running away, but just kind of wandering off. I've always kind of wanted to see what's around the next corner as opposed to just happy as a clam. That's not me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been gone so long, I don't know where is my home. I know where I am, and I know just where I'm gone. I don't write me no letter, 'cause time I ain't got for mail. If I don't keep moving, man, I might land up in jail. Is where you go that counts. It's where all that matters. Now that's what it's all about. No, I ain't got me nobody. Now ain't nobody got me. Well, now it ain't easy, baby, but that's just how it be. Gone so long, I don't know where is my home. I know where I am, and I know just where I'm gone. Thank you very much.
I know there's a song on your current album that kind of deals with your name, Harpdog. And I know you've probably told this story 1,000 times, but for those in the audience who have not heard the story, can you tell the story of how you got the name Harpdog Brown?
Sure, yeah. I'll sum it up kind of like I did in the song. And Little Victor suggested, we toured together, so we performed together, and he said, "Dog, I like the way you talk to people when you, through the PA." And he says, "You should do a talk song, And he gave me a couple of ideas of, back in the 50s, there was like, a narrative song, right? But he left it up to me, and that's when I was down in California when I penned the song, "What's Your Real Name?"
Yeah.
And so, I just thought, hey, here's my opportunity to lay it out there and explain people how it all came about. Mm-hmm. And so, simply, I was sitting in with friends of mine at a little joint on the Kitsilano Beach area in 1989, place called Mama Gold's. And, I just showed up with my little, amplifier and sat in for the second and third set with these, dudes. And there was two young guys, well-dressed, maybe barely 20, sitting right in front of where I planted my amplifier. And something about I don't know what I was doing. They started sending me drinks, and then the second set that I was in, which would be the last set of the night, they were sending the band rounds, so they were throwing money around. And at the end of the night, they were chanting, Harpdog, 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 And this is after we'd already stripped stage, we're on the other side of the bar, kind of winded down. I'm going, Harpdog, So, a couple of days maybe went by the time it dawned on me what they were calling me. And of course, in '89, it wasn't as easy as just Google. But I did do my research, and I found that there had never been a Harpdog Williams, Jones, White, so I accepted the name. And about 3 years ago, I did my one and only divorce, I got married once, eh? Mm-hmm. Number one cause of divorce, marriage. If you don't get married, you cannot get divorced. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, so when I did that, I decided to do the legal name change. So I made it legal.
Everybody was calling you that anyway.
Well, that's the thing. And the thing is, like I said, in the song it says, the one question I dislike the most is what's your real name? Because it suggests I'm lying. It's like suggests I'm lying, and no, I did not make it up myself. Because I don't think anybody has the right, or they never do a good job. You can't see yourself like people see you. So these two complete strangers gave me my name, and I was almost 28 years old. Yeah. So I was pretty well already a grown man, mm-hmm. when that happened. So, third and final try, right? I was named at birth, named at adoption, never felt that I belonged to any of that. And then Harpdog, well, I own that one. Right. I own that one, yeah. Yeah. And that was 3 years before there was a Snoop Doggy Dogg on the scene. So yeah, there you go.
Next album, you have to do...
There had been Hound Dog Taylor, but, he was a guitar player, right?
Right. Now, I've also heard you say, I think, that you feel that your songs have the ability to heal.
Well, not just my songs. I said I believe that the blues has the power to heal.
How so?
And, first of all, blues is the message. It's not the groove. Mm-hmm. It's the lyrical message. It's the story content. And it's somebody reporting on life as they see it. Now, we all have the moments in time where we, feel like the world's kicking us in the teeth, or picking on us, times are tough. But, when you think it's just on your shoulders, then it is on your shoulders. Now, if you listen to the message of the blues, you'll find out that maybe in comparison, your life isn't that bad after all. Because, this guy's got it worse. And I'm glad that I'm not him, and he's still plugging away at that. So don't give in, just get busy, just do something about it. So that alone, I think, just it opens up another perspective. And that's the key to a healthy mind, and a healthy mind follows with a healthy body, So I think that it's just, it gives you something to sink your teeth into that will not fail you either, people tend to let people down. But the blues, it's never let me down, because it's always there, and it's just simply the truth. Mm-hmm. So the truth is what heals us, and the blues is the truth. So how's that for an answer?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What's one thing that your fans probably doesn't know about you that would surprise them?
One?
I'm not asking for late night stories or anything like that.
No. Yeah. Geez, that's a hard question. I mean, I don't know. I'm not afraid of heights. I can swim. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell the people that would surprise them. You got me on that one.
What's your favorite scotch?
Well, free. I prefer single malt scotch. I mean, I go both ways with the scotch. When I'm working, I prefer the Highland Scotch, and if I'm, I prefer, it old enough to drive, 18 years old is a nice one. 21 years, then you're getting kind of, up there where it's quality. But single malt Highland Scotch for when I'm working. And for like the aperitif, I like the Islay. It's sort of like having a cigar. You don't have 3 in a night. So, the Islay Scotch, I'll have like 1, and it's like an aperitif, or it's like having a cigar. It's nice smoky, Scotch, but yeah. So, and I'm sure that's not surprising, is it? I really don't have a lot of surprises. There's not much up my sleeves other than Sonny Boy Williamson.
Oh, I didn't even know you had that.
Okay.
Look at there. When did you get that?
Well, I can't remember now. A few years back, and little Walter Jacobs.
Oh, little Walter.
Back in one of his ugliest days.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got a few others. I got Muddy and my son McKinley and Mount McKinley back here, but that's just too hard to. And Wolf, So.
Oh.
The 5 guys that changed my life: my son, Muddy, Wolf, Walter, and Sonny Boy.
You carry them with you everywhere.
Yeah. This one I got when I turned 50.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 stars for each decade.
Mm-hmm.
There's room for a few more.
I see that.
I'll be 55.
You made sure they started low enough to the
Oh,
rest.
yeah. It's a small one. It gets bigger. As I get bigger, it gets bigger.
It go all the way up to the shoulder.
Well, I figure a couple, 3 more. That's about us. By that time, I think I'll be ready to move on.
Fantastic. Well, if you haven't seen Harpdog Brown and the Travelin Blues Show, please take the time to do it. His website's at the bottom of the screen. Go to the website. All his shows are there. There's clips there, everything that you need to see this guy. He's a living legend, and I definitely recommend to do it, and I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Michael.
And don't go anywhere. The last song is coming up. Thank you very much for being part of the tribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Well, I'm in the bars where the dim lights glow. A haze of smoke hangs down low. Where the girls are dirty and the carpet's loud. And the folks, they're sinking slow but proud. When now the blues is sacrifice. And baby, it's bringing me down. Now it's not the booze or the strange relations, the rabid drunks, an unholy congregation. It's the harps all dirty and the guitars too loud, trying to give relief to a burned out crowd. When now the blues is sacrifice. And baby, it's bringing me down. When the cut light fall upon me, then I don't feel so small. Then the cold eyes can't touch me, but I can feel them all. When the souls start warming up to me, well, I can tell the truth, then I can't remember why I was feeling blue. When the cutting light fall upon me, then I don't feel so small. Then the cold eyes can't touch me. Still, I can feel them all. When their souls start warming up to me, well, I can tell the truth, but then I can't remember why I was feeling blue. I might get a 50 for a sold out show, but it don't pay me when the money's low, the money's low. It's a giant out, yeah, I've been drinking again. Just thinking of a long lost friend. I said the blues is sacrifice. And baby, it's bringing me, whoa, so down. I said the blues is sacrifice, yeah, yeah. And baby, it's bringing me down.
If you want to hear more great Canadian blues acts, go to bluestribe.ca.